Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakahakwadash, Barakatum. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. This is the Brother Ra'aya with another video. And in this video, I'll be reading a little bit of this article from irishstar.com titled, Solar Eclipse Will Begin Massive Human Sacrifice Event. Wild Seaspiracy Theory claims. A wild seaspiracy theory has claimed that the upcoming total solar eclipse will mark the start of a massive human sacrifice event. And it's all down to Elon Musk. And that's all I'm going to read in this article, because when you go further in it, it talks about how that X that is going to be completed over the U.S. from this solar eclipse's path is going to go over a fault line and cause a massive earthquake and other, stuff like that. But the main part I wanted to focus in on is where it says the solar eclipse will begin a massive human sacrifice event, which is exactly what it's going to do, because in the scriptures, it says that the Most High would choose signs in the heavens, great wonders, before he would bring his great judgments. And this solar eclipse is no exception. Today, nothing major happened. You had a bunch of assholes out there, oohing and eyeing at the solar eclipse, thinking it's just another beautiful, astrological event. But great judgments are about to take place afterwards. And Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai is about to make a great sacrifice of you people on the planet Earth for all the wickedness you've been committing, especially in the United States of America. We are living in the times of the end of this current age of the rulership of the heathen nations, chiefly by the biblical Edomites, or the so-called white people, before the second coming of the Son of the Most High, whom the world ignorantly refers to as so-called Jesus, whose true name is Yahushai, and the ushering in of the kingdom of heaven under the true children of Israel, who are known as the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans today. We're coming into the times of Jacob's trouble, great death, destruction, misery, calamities, you name it. But let's get into these precepts. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 15. I'm going to start at verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true children of Israel, the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh. And that's exactly what the men of the Lord, the prophets of the Most High, especially at GMS or Great Millstone, as well as the brothers that come in the spirit of GMS, which, if your spiritual eyes and ears are open, you can clearly see that the spirit of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is dealing with GMS. From our apostles and elders all the way down to the youngest brother, we've been prophesying and documenting these biblical events taking place. And hey, everything we've been preaching is being validated, brothers, because it's coming to pass right before our very eyes. We're on the verge of World War III. We're on the verge of the mandatory implementation of the Mark of the Beast, which is the RFID/NFC C-hip implant in Revelation chapter 13, verses 16 to 18. And we're on the verge of the second coming of Yahushai. Hey, these scoffers that come out on the block and come onto our comment boards are becoming less and less out here, because these prophecies are becoming more and more pronounced. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And all these scoffers that come against us and, say the same old thing they've always been telling us. Oh, we've been hearing about the coming of the Lord and World War III since our grandparents. There have always been earthquakes and, solar eclipses and lunar eclipses. Not in my lifetime. Well, hey, it's about to happen in your lifetime. All the true end time signs are taking place as we speak. Wars and rumors of wars, nation rising against nation, earthquakes in diverse places, famines are coming, pestilences, the mark of the beast, you name it. Verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, point blank, period. Verse 5, behold, saith Yahweh, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, World War III, martial law, civil war, race wars, famine, death, and destruction, that great human sacrifice that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is bringing upon the face of the earth for all the wickedness you people have been committing. As it's about to say in verse 6, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Hey, we're at the end of this age of the heathens ruling. We're at the end of this age of wickedness under Esau, Edom. And this age must go down before that eternal age of righteousness springs forth. But before I continue further, I'm going to jump to 2nd Esdras chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries, the sword, the pestilence, the famine, shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And we can clearly see how prideful these people are out here. The fact that they're treating this solar eclipse as just something to go and watch and take pictures of and put on a t-shirt shows the great pride of these people. Here we have a sign from the Most High, a major sign that he's about to do something great, but people are just treating it like every other day. Well, you're about to find out soon enough that you err not knowing the scriptures, and your ignorance is going to bring you a great judgment. Let's go back to 2nd Esdras chapter 15. I'm going to jump down to verse 15. Hey, just further going into the great plagues and destructions and judgments that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is about to bring to you people. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Nations rising against nations. These race wars which will take place, or as it says in Isaiah chapter 19, and the Egyptians shall fight against the Egyptians, every man against his brother. And that's talking about the modern day spiritual Egyptians as pursuant to Revelation 11 verse 8. The United States of America with the civil war that's coming, and what's coming out this Friday, that movie Civil War, which, hey, that's a sign of predictive programming from these elites. And those swords in their hands, talking about that gun over here in the United States of America. All those guns these people bought during, the summer of 2020 with those George Floyd protests, hey, they're going to get used. They're not going to gather dust. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. And the definition for that word sedition is conduct or speech inciting open rebellion against a ruling authority or monarch, which we can clearly see. A lot of people are getting heated in the United States of America, especially over this upcoming 2024 presidential election. People are losing faith in the system, and whoever wins, hey, there's going to be an uproar. And that's even if we get to, these elections. I think Donald Trump said it best. If I don't win, there will be a bloodbath. Why? People, not Slovakia. People, not taking heed to the results, the so-called results, because, it's all a trick and pony show anyway, smoke and mirrors to keep you people divided. You don't select a president, you elect a president, but hey, whatever happens, it's just going to further drive a divide between these people that believe in the Republicans and the Democrats and this democratic system out here, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and your modern day kings and princes are these people in the government, from the mayors, the governors, the senators, the presidents, etc., as well as the authorities that uphold the system, like the police or the military. It's going to get so bad out here, people are not going to give a damn if you got a badge or a military patch on you. They're going to get it how they live, and they're going to be coming after you, a lot of you politicians, especially as these economic conditions continue to deteriorate and these Americans see that their lifestyle is slipping away through their fingers and they have no future for themselves or their children's. They're going to want to find somebody to lay hands on, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. As it said in the book of Judges, every man did what was right in his own eyes in that day. And it's going to be no different with these days we're coming into. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. And what does that sound like? A state of martial law. From what? Violent protests due to the results of the presidential elections, an economic collapse leading to a state of martial law, or what, some kind of pestilence out here locking things down again like it did during 2019 to 2021. And just recently, you're hearing talks of the bird flu and how it's, and I'll put that in quotes, killing off a lot of, chickens, and it's even jumped over to cows now, I think. It's been a minute since I read that information, but you can correct me on it. But hey, they're saying, look, it's jumping from birds now to other animals. And I believe somebody at the WHO or the WEF or the UN, one of those organizations said, hey, we need to bring in, a strict lockdown to clamp this thing before it gets out of hand, like what happened in 2019 to 2021. Hey, all the signs are coming into place for something major to take place, that great human sacrifice. And it's going to get to the point to where you're going to need some kind of identification out here to move around freely. And what do you think that's going to ultimately be? That C-hip implant. Verse 18, for because of their pride, and remember what it said back in 2 Esdras chapter 8, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times walk in great pride. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Just complete anarchy and chaos out here. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. And what was one of those plagues that the Most High said was coming earlier in this chapter? Famines and for great tribulation. People not giving a damn about their neighbors who they had barbecues with, or even their family members. With how bad things are going to get out here, if they think you got something, they're going to kick in that door and take what they want and put you down. Hey, if you're standing in between them and another day of their survival, these are the great calamities that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is about to bring to this planet. And again, hey, these signs in the heavens are what the Most High uses to let us know that he's about to do something major, which I wasn't going to get this, but hey, might as well get it. Just look it up real quick. Okay. I'm going to go to Luke chapter 21, verse 25. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 25. And when you go to it in your Bible, it's in red letters. So it's Yahushua speaking. And there shall be signs in the sun, solar eclipses, and in the moon, lunar eclipses. And I was reading an article that was saying that, hey, Slakia, might just have to get it. Here it is in my, hey, I'm not going to get the article, but this is, I had it saved in my, reading list, which, I'll get it real quick. I'll just read the title. and it's on endoftheamericandream.com, there will be moon Purim eclipses for 3 years in a row in 2024, 2025, and 2026. Is it just a coincidence that blood moon eclipses are occurring on Purim for 3 years in a row, just as a great war erupts in the Middle East? And that's another sign of biblical prophecy, that battle in the valley of Jehoshaphat in Joel chapter 3, which we can see that situation is brewing over there. You're having reports coming out now saying that the U.S. expects some kind of attack from Iran within the next week or so. Hey, everything is moving fast, and it's only going to move faster as prophecy, it's on Slakia. Hey, as prophecy continues, and especially after this solar eclipse is taking place. Salakia. Get some water real quick. Throat's getting a little dry. But let me see. Yeah, I'll read down a little bit. Yesterday, one of my readers wrote to me and pointed out a video where someone was talking about this. I had previously written about the blood moon eclipse that happened during the second day of Purim of March 25th of this year. And that's the Purim for these Amalekite Edomites, those small hats. Our Purim was back in January. But I had not heard that there would be a blood moon eclipse on Purim in 2025 and 2026 too. So I started to do some research to confirm whether this is true or not. I did a Google search for Purim in 2025, and this is what I found. Purim in 2025, their Purim, is on Friday, March 14th. Purim is always celebrated for 2 days, so it will continue to March 15th. So then I went to Wikipedia and I discovered that there will be a lunar eclipse on March 14th, 2025. A total lunar eclipse will take place on Friday, March 14th, 2025, the first of 2 total lunar eclipses in 2025. The moon will take place near Apogee during this eclipse, making it appear smaller than usual. This blood moon eclipse will happen on the first day of Purim next year, and it will be visible from Jerusalem. And hey, that's all we need to read. And, Abarat Dazah, we don't make it to 2025 or 2026. But if we do, hey, more signs in the heavens taking place. And there shall be signs in the sun, solar eclipse, and in the moon, lunar eclipse, and in the stars. And what's also taking place, they called it the Devil's Comet, but now they've named it the Mother of Dragons Comet, which is happening. And hey, that's just another sign from Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, of the great judgments he's about to bring, especially to the United States of America. Because what is Babylon the Great, another name for America in the scriptures, called in Revelation 17, the mother of harlots. And then in Revelation chapter 12, that great red dragon is talking about, the ancient pagan Roman Empire, which was ruled by the Edomites. And what else? The last leg of the Roman Empire, those iron toes, those toes made of iron and miry clay, the reincarnated Roman Empire, this current system of the EU and NATO that the U.S., Babylon the Great, the whore that rides upon the beast, is, this current system that we're in, and it's all about to go down. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for the looking after those things which are coming on the earth, great plagues, the sword, famine, death, destruction, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And the cherry on top of this destruction that's coming is Yahushai's second coming to save the elect of the nation of Israel and put that final nail in the coffin of the rulership of you heathens, chiefly you Edomites. Let me see where else I want to go. Yeah, I guess I'll go to 2nd Esdras chapter 9. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, which is exactly what the men of the Lord are doing by watching the news and the current events and reading the scriptures and filtering them through the scriptures to prophesy these words which are faithful and true. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, for all the wickedness you people have been committing on it. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes in diverse places, as it says in Matthew chapter 24, and you just had what? A unexpected earthquake in New York and in New Jersey, which they said was a 4.8 magnitude. And what's the date of today of this solar eclipse? 4/8. The Most High continues to show these signs. And then also the Statue of Liberty got struck by lightning, another sign of the end of Esau's rulership and uproars of the people in the world, which you can see that people globally are turning against their governments and rioting. Look at what's going on over in Europe right now with that farmers' protest. Look at what's going on in Haiti with that state of just lawlessness over there. And it is coming to the United States of America as well. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, which the end is manifesting, because all these end time signs are taking place as we speak. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. Solar eclipses, lunar eclipses, signs in the heaven, and then judgment coming afterwards. The sword, plagues, famines, civil war, world war, nuclear war, you name it. So as we can clearly see, a mass human sacrifice event is coming, and it's coming through the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And another, thing too, is that these elites of these Edomites, like the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, hey, they do things on the left hand dealing with the signs in heaven and, different periods throughout the year, which will come into something they call the Feast of the Beast, where they do their own things to sacrifice people. Hey, another example of a mass sacrifice event coming. Hey, these devils are about to come down in great wrath, as it says in Revelation 12, verse 12, to establish their NW0, their great reset, and that involves killing off a lot of you people. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe or destruction to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, that deceiver, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, specifically their elites, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Hey, these elites are getting exposed every time they do something. You've got people coming out and showing the odd occurrences during them, such as, with that Baltimore Bridge incident. The ship on the front had 3 on one side and 3 on the other side, which says what? 33. Those small hats over in the Holy Land are getting exposed as not being the children of the Most High. Hey, you got the men of the Lord out prophesying, and you've got Israel waking up, which when that happens, whatever nation that's ruling at the time is going to be taken out of power. And they also know that they're the biblical Edomites, and what their, what judgment is after they're taken out of power. 1,000 years of hardcore bondage and slavery building up the kingdom of heaven before their entire nation is culled from this planet by fire. Read Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. So they're about to pull out all the stops to establish their, new order. And like I said, that involves killing a lot of you people. And their form of a mass sacrifice event. Hey, at the top of the list are you Israelites, which I'm going to close it out in Ezekiel chapter 21, verse 8. And you know what? The elites are going to get their rocks off, but everything is ultimately through the will of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And this is the judgments of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, doing his own great works and also using one of his works as well, Esau Edom, who is his sword to judge a lot of you people, especially our people who are hard-headed and rebellious and refuse to take heed to the words of the prophets and come back to their power. They still want to continue in this world. The Most High's got something special for you. This is Ezekiel chapter 21. I'm going to start at verse 8. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished, Esau Edom, as it says in Psalm 17, verse 13. Hey, deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword. And the wicked, as pursuant to Malachi 1, verse 4, the border of wickedness, as well as the wicked whom the earth has been given into the hands of in Job chapter 9, verse 24, are these Edomites. What was one of Esau's blessings in Genesis chapter 27? The sword to take the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven, and to also take peace from the earth with. Son of man, prophesy and say, Thus saith Yahweh, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter, sacrificing people like animals out here, like the goyim that they look at them as. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? Should we then be going out and oohing and ahhing at the solar eclipse and taking pictures and putting it on a t-shirt so you can tell your kids that you're never going to have, about it, your grandkids, what you're never going to have, or the kids that you do have, not telling them the truth, that this is actually a sign from the Lord that he's about to do something great. Should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree, and he hath given it to be furbished that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. Cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the true children of Israel. Hey, it's called Jacob's trouble for a reason. While these other heathens are going to get screwed up during Jacob's trouble, hey, the wicked of our people are going to get that fist really hard to the face. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh. Hey, straight to the point. But, that's it with this lesson. And I hope this lesson was edifying. But again, hey, there will be a massive human sacrifice event after the solar eclipse, but it's not going to be what a lot of people think it is. It's going to be, the judgments of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai that he always brings after his signs and wonders that he shows in the heavens. So to you sincere Akim and Akwat out there, hey, continue to do what you're doing, staying faithful and firm in your power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, so you can have that protective hedge over you when these calamities of Jacob's trouble truly pop off. So that's it with this video. With this video, I hope you sincere Akim and Akwat were edified. Just keep strong. We're almost out of this final week of captivity of the heathen nations, chiefly of the Edomites. And as always, I'm going to say Abad Babal, Kwam Yasharala, and until next time, Shalom.